3 secrets your brain never shares about why unfinished tasks haunt you at 3 a.m. I felt it last week, staring at a half-written email, heart racing, unable to sleep. That nagging pull isn't laziness, it's survival. I'm Alex, and I used to think I was just undisciplined. Every half-finished project felt like a personal failure. But then I discovered something wild. Your brain literally rewires itself to obsess over incomplete tasks. It's not a bug, it's a feature, and once you understand it, you can finally break free. Here's the first secret, the Zygarnik effect. In 1927, Russian psychologist Bluma Zygarnik noticed something bizarre. Waiters remembered complex orders only until the food was served. The moment a task finished, their brain erased it. But unfinished orders, they burned in memory. Why? Your brain treats open loops like threats. It keeps poking you until you close them. That's why you can't forget that conversation you left hanging, or that project that's 70% complete. Your brain literally creates anxiety to force completion. The unfinished task becomes mental static you can't tune out. Think about your own life right now. What's the one thing you've been avoiding finishing? In 2018, researchers at Ohio State gave students a series of puzzles. Half were interrupted before finishing. The interrupted group had 40% higher cortisol levels. That's the stress hormone. But here's the twist. When given a choice later, they overwhelmingly chose to finish the interrupted puzzles instead of starting new ones. Even though finishing brought no reward, the brain just wanted closure. It wanted the loop shut. But secret 2 is even stranger. Your brain doesn't just obsess over unfinished tasks, it overestimates their importance. This is called the Ovsyankina effect. When you interrupt a task mid-flow, your brain inflates its value. Suddenly, that half-written report feels like the most crucial thing in the universe. But here's what nobody tells you. The brain also confuses urgent with important. Most unfinished tasks are actually low priority. Your brain just tricks you into thinking they're emergencies. And that's the trap. You waste energy on things that don't matter, while the truly important stuff stays untouched. In 1943, psychologist Maria Ovsyankina ran an experiment where people were interrupted while building clay sculptures. When allowed to return, 86% immediately went back to their unfinished work, even when offered better activities. One participant said, "I just needed to see it finished." The brain treats incomplete work like an itch it must scratch. But here's the painful truth. Most of those clay sculptures, they were ugly. The urgency was entirely manufactured. Now secret 3, and this is the one that changed everything for me. The Zygarnik effect has a deadly cousin, the need for cognitive closure. When you leave something unfinished, your brain enters a state of uncertainty, and uncertainty triggers the amygdala, your fear center. It literally feels like a threat. That's why unfinished tasks drain your energy even when you're not thinking about them. Your brain is constantly scanning for threats, and your incomplete to-do list is flagged as danger. No wonder you feel exhausted by 3 p.m. You're not tired from work, you're tired from the background anxiety of 47 open loops. In 2015, Harvard Business School studied software developers and found that the average worker had 12 unfinished tasks at any given moment. Those with more than 10 reported 34% lower life satisfaction. But here's the kicker. When participants simply wrote down their unfinished tasks on paper, without actually doing them, their anxiety dropped by 27%. The act of externalizing the loop was enough to calm the brain. It's not about finishing everything. It's about giving your brain permission to stop holding the weight. So here's what this all means for you. Every unfinished task isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign that your brain is working exactly as designed. But that design is ancient. It evolved for a world where an unfinished hunt meant starvation, not a world with 47 browser tabs and a half-written email. The real problem isn't that you have unfinished tasks. It's that you carry them all in your head. And your head wasn't built for that. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. Was it really about the work itself? Or was it the weight of remembering everything you hadn't done yet? I had a friend named Sarah who kept 14 unfinished projects running simultaneously. A book, a business plan, a language course, a home renovation. She couldn't finish anything because every time she started one, the others screamed for attention. Her brain was in constant fight or flight. After a year, she burned out completely, hospitalized for stress. The cost of ignoring this isn't just lost productivity, it's lost peace, lost sleep, lost years of your life to a cortisol